to Berkeley in California Memorial Stadium, where this crowd has been in since early in the day, saying, you know it, you tell the story, you tell the whole world that this is Bear territory. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the North Carolina Tar Heels, taking on another team from the ACC, the California Golden Bears. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Golden Bears will kick it away to start us off. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Tar Heels offense takes the field for the first time today. And this wide receiver, he's the linchpin to the offense. They want to make sure they find a multitude of ways to get him the football.
And it's a risk-reward scenario on defense when you're trying to cover this guy, Reese, because you play man coverage, you risk him running by you and catching deep balls, you play too much zone, and then he can hurt you after the catch. A lot of different ways that this guy is very dangerous.
A first down for the offense. Quickly out to the tight end. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Got out of trouble and throws. It's complete on the right side. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
Yeah, and get the ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast, and you watch.
No. What a snag by the defense. Was looking for a little more daylight for a big return, but he'll settle for the pick and setting his offense up at the 24.
And how about that play by the defense here early in this game opening drive, facing one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football, and they're able to get an interception. That is going to be massive for their confidence in this game.
Offense getting set for first down. Hand off from the shotgun. Got room at the 35. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they gets him down at the 37.
Yeah, defensively, you better be ready to run east and west when you're playing against this offense. In their running game, that time, the offense was able to outflank the defense to the right side for a big play.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I have a little trap game.
The Golden Bears want to crank the tempo.
Trap.
That play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country.
How's he not?
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
This defense got a lot of people's attention last week when they had 3 sacks. And you know the offense was watching film, and they saw all these pass rushers and their abilities. They thought they had a good plan, but it's not working right now. They've already given him a sack here early in the game.
He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that third down.
Getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Coming after him, using his legs to buy some time. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
I think to be a good third down offense, guys, you've got to be able to run the football. You're going to come upon these third and short situations multiple times throughout the course of the year, but you've got to be able to get push up front, and it helps when you have a talent like that to turn around and hand the football off to you.
And he's brought down after a huge completion.
Well, this guy's going to make catches all over the field. That time, he lined up all the way to the left side, and he was able to cross the entire field to make a catch on the right side. Defense lost track of him, and it ended up being a big play.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose.
What is up with my quarterbacks losing the football?
Didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. On first down, here comes this offense. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. The offense in hurry-up mode.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those
interception,
break those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
The give out of the gun. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down. And the Golden Bears want to pick up the tempo.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do.
Fires into traffic, picked off.
Out of the way.
And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver.
2 turnovers
Great job
by
finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Looking down the middle. It's caught downfield. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
I love that play call, and quarterbacks are always licking their chops after their defense gets a takeaway because they know now, hey, I got a sudden change situation. I've got a chance to take a shot and pad my stats.
Showing the arm strength to the left. And he makes the catch inside the 10. Almost took it all the way there, but it's a huge gain, and they're set up with a first and goal. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Finds his big tight end. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, UNC!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
Fires to the tight end. Stopped after making the catch. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Escapes from the freshman, able to get home with the sack.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell
All right,
the
let's
defense
settle
was
it.
not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Slips through the line. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop Jesse, and they're going to try.
And the ball is picked off. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38.
I tell you what, I don't know if I'm going to try him much more. Goodness gracious, you can tell he's ready for what he's seeing. Second interception. I would not throw near that guy anymore. You might want to try the other side of the field.
Turns it on in midfield. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. The Golden Bears moving quickly to the line. Might as well give it to him again. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. From the shotgun, the inside give. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Tried to pound it on first down. Now back to the line. Off the play fake. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
They're working that left side. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Guys, we've reached the end of the period, and North Carolina's on top. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played 1 period. And they've swapped ends of the field, and we'll get it going in the 2nd. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. The give. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6.
When the offense gets in those multiple tight end looks, you kind of have a good understanding of what's coming. You don't know where the ball's going necessarily, but they'll put those big old bodies in there to block, to move people, to put more mass on the field, especially once you get in this red area where you have to be able to run the football effectively. Those passing windows tend to shrink a lot.
Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. Touchdown, Golden Bears! A great catch and run for 6.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
The Tar Heels will snap it on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. He'll off one deep down the left side. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends in an interception by this quarterback, and now you throw another one, you know, in harm's way. You got to make sure.
What up, T. Scott?
Open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football. We can't have any more turnovers.
Pressure coming. Got him downfield. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys on the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Fires left. Wide open downfield. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
And in this offense, you know, as a quarterback, you're going to get opportunities to put up some pretty big numbers. You've been impressed watching this guy play early this year. With that last pass completion, he's now already over 2,000 yards on the season.
They want to throw it. Fires into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, North Carolina. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's recap that ranked-on-ranked matchup that has just gone final. USC went scorched earth in a double-digit win that might have been worse had they not sat the starters in that fourth quarter. Total destruction by the Trojans in a statement win if there ever was one.
Dumped it.
It's going to be interesting to see what the fallout from this one is for one ranked team, while the other figures to get a bounce when the new rankings come out, guys.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. From the gun to give, looking for room. Not a lot of room there, give him a couple to the 16. And the Golden Bears come to the line in the hurry up. He'll do it himself. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. They'll try to power their way ahead. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Golden Bears will punt this one away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Makes a move. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The North Carolina offense returns to the field.
What up?
Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Quick strike complete. Knocked down at the 29-yard line. Picked up 15 yards on the play, and he's got a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll leave it with him. Quick spin on the run. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down. And the Tar Heels are rolling down the field. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Now from inside the red zone. Feeling some heat. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And that is a huge play for the defense. Offense has it in your red zone. You're trying to knock them out of field goal range. The only way you do that is by creating negative plays, and they get the sack.
This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. He's going to take off. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
When it gets in long yardage situations, defensively you're thinking pass, pass, pass. How about the quarterback doing a great job? He wants to push it down the field, but he does a great job scrambling, chewing up chunks of yards, and now making this situation a lot.
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut it to a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you know, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit.
And down he goes back at the 3.
There's an example of a dude getting beat one-on-one with his quarterback getting closer and closer to his end zone, man. That's scary.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. The give to the back. Couldn't fight his way out of the end zone, and they get him for a safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute that.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Buys a little time with his feet. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes. They do it.
It's complete. A huge pickup. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. And this field goal attempt will be a 48-yarder and not straight on from the left side.
Oh.
No good. And despite the missed field goal, guys, there's a bright side. They're still up by 16. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, a delightful first 2 quarters today from there in Berkeley. An entertaining first half, and we've got a multi-possession lead to break down thanks to the surgical precision of this offense. Might honestly take more time to talk about what didn't work than what did. The running game, the passing game, gadget plays have worked. Now it's just a matter of finishing the job. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas inside California Memorial Stadium.
Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. Down 2 possessions to start this 3rd quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here.
Oh, and he ruins the big gator with a fumble. Oh, looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Off-play action on 1st down. Trying to get to it. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. Couldn't connect on that last play. Now 2nd and 10 from the 42. They'll leave it with the lone back.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physical. We hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Runs through a tackle. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets them a first at the 29.
Such an advantage when you have an athletic quarterback today in college football because they can help you move the sticks with their legs. Great open field running ability by this QB.
They'll try the run.
Press.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him. They have been gang tackling him and getting a lot of penetration up front.
They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, so close to paying off the tip drill. He had it in his hands, but it falls incomplete. You know they'd love to convert this third down after missing a field goal on the last drive. They're trying to get to it. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. The Tar Heels decide to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line.
Terrible.
And this punt will be down just inside the 30-yard line.
Terrible execution.
The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit. So, David, we're going to find out a lot about this team right here.
Yeah, just running out of opportunities. You give opportunities away like this, you're trailing. Every possession is going to be important from here on in.
Wants to throw on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
The give to the back. At the 40, there he goes. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play moves to change for the first down. He's looking to throw it. Makes the grab. It's Matthews. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line. And the Golden Bears are in the hurry-up.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. This offensive scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
Quarterbacks, generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. A third and goal call here from the 2. Let's see if they can finish the deal. Trying to power it in. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. And this will be a short one from about 21 yards out. Good right down the boulevard. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Ohio State looked dominant in a victory that was never really in question. That offense had zero problem putting up points, not unlike the days of Stroud and Fields and so many greats before them. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. I know they've put up really good numbers on offense, but David, they're starting to feel a little game pressure right now.
Exactly. That scoreboard's starting to get a little bit tighter, cutting into that lead. Now, you know every possession matters, Palmer. A little pressure for this offense.
Yeah, and so you can't get tight, right? The best players on this offense now need to step up, and they need to start making plays. You got to identify where those one-on-ones are.
The coaches told us in pregame that they love this back's mixture of speed and power. Listen, he's not the power back all the time, but he's moving so fast that it's hard to get him to the ground.
Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. They'll give it to him again. And I think they'll They'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Man, that D tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Handoff to the single running back. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. With the catch, it's Boone. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
Defense is about feeling out the offense and what they like to do. What are they going to do in 3rd and short, 3rd and medium, 3rd and long? So far, the offense is winning. Defense is going to need to make some adjustments.
He uncorks a laser deep down the middle.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling the rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. Haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one. And the Tar Heels with the 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, UNC! And they take it in for 6 more points. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And the extra point is good, and the lead moves to 20. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you've just simply got to make them.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The Golden Bears will hustle to the line. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. It's complete. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
That's a great job by the wide receiver there on a critical down. 3rd down, running the curl route, coming back to the football, making the catch, and picking up the first.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Looking left. It's caught. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
He came into this year with big expectations. Everybody expecting him to stat it up. And now with that last completion, he's already over 2,000 yards passing for the season.
A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Makes the stop at the 23-yard line, but it's a pickup of 15. A 1st down, and this offense is smelling the end zone. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. 1st down to start the drive after the break.
It's just me being a bad user.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
Oh.
And he's able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Wide receiver now comes in motion. This quarterback part of their running game. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the 1st. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Running back goes in motion. They'll run it from the gun.
I was going
And
to
they
say,
try the
we didn't
middle of this
make
stout
tackle
defense,
players.
and they rise to the challenge. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Cal!
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills you look for in a big-time target. That's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And he tacks on the extra point. 75 yards on the touchdown drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack. They were backed up, and then suddenly they weren't. They've got it 1st and 10 now inside the 50. Fights off a defender.
They've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
The Tar Heels get enough for the 1st down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Going to the running game. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And a great job by the linebacker. You can tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Trying to impose their will on the ground as he stopped after a 5-yard pickup to the 33.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
They want to run it left here.
Wow.
And the defense knew exactly where that 1st down line was, and they stopped him short. And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. And he missed it. No good. After the missed field goal, this lead's still sitting at 13. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Fast motion from the offense. Now the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. And the Golden Bears send the hurry up.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. They want to get this defense on its heels. Looking to throw it again. He looks that one in nicely. They get him on the ground, but it's a 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Golden Bears are marching down the field. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Catch in the middle, it's Matthews.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the 1st down.
He's got it on the run. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. They'll go to the air. Gets it out fast. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. He's looking to throw. And here's a fumble way behind the line. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession. 3rd and goal from way back there. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Took a shot as he threw. And they can't make the play on 3rd down.
Really nice 3rd down sub defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, and now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
He's looking to throw. Unleashes one deep. To the end zone, and is picked off. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. 4th quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. On the move is the 30. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Right back to the well. Dances away from the D. Hauled down at the 38-yard line, and a big pickup of 15 yards there. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll give it to the back. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Got him looking run. He wants to throw. Floating away. Escapes the sack. Quickly to the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Love the play call offensively because you've got the lead. The defense expects you to run the ball. You just did it the previous play, so there you dial up play action, set up an easy throw, and you keep the clock ticking.
And the Tar Heels have enough for the 1st down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things that are going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
And now, the showdown. Does he play or does he have a bye? He plays Wake. How does he have Florida right there? It's crazy. Well, see you later.